Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. It is match preview time. It is always one of the biggest games of the season. Manchester United come into town, come into Stamford Bridge. It's a big game today. They're currently second in the Premier League table, 6 points ahead of us. We lose, we go 9 points behind. We start to think maybe we can't even catch them throughout the whole season, let alone, finishing top four. That's another discussion. But we win, we close the gap on them to 3 points, and Chelsea can start really looking to target for second place, which is what I think we should be going for. City, you saw them yesterday. West Ham played absolutely brilliantly, actually, at the Etihad. Yet City still manage a win with both of their centre-backs scoring goals. So it's pretty much a given now that we might as well hand City the title and then we can all play for a silver medal. So that's what this game is really to do today for Chelsea, to hopefully get 3 points so that the pressure is put on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United. Before we get into building my team and talking about a couple of United's danger men, I would love to ask you to subscribe to GBFC, and if you haven't yet submitted your picks for this week's game for the chance to win £1,000 with GBFC Selects, links are in the description. You should go and do so. T&Cs apply, 18+. As always, be sure to gamble responsibly, even though it's free to enter. Had to say it. But anyway, Manchester United, they're actually doing very well this season. Earlier on in the season, I thought, you know what? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for about maybe 6 months or so, from the end of last season to the beginning of this season, I thought he was one defeat away from the sack. I thought it would be one humiliating United defensive display away from saying goodbye to their beloved Norwegian striker. But he's ended up lasting longer than Lampard did, which I am still quite surprised about, to be honest. I didn't think he would last this long. But he's actually got United playing some good stuff. He's getting the absolute very best out of the world-class Bruno Fernandes. Marcus Rashford's looking good again recently too. But still, I think the key for Chelsea today is we've got to be very direct. I think even though we've played with this 3-4-2-1 and it's been very fruitful, but at the same time we've not created that many chances, I think Chelsea really need to go at this United defence today. They've got some very good individual defenders. Maguire's come good recently. Luke Shaw's been probably the most informed left back in the country. They've got some incredibly gifted players, but I think on their day, they're very susceptible to defensive lapses in concentration. We know how devastating they can be at times on the counter-attack. We know that if Fernandes gets hold of the game, he gets hold of the ball a lot, then he's going to create a lot of opportunities. He can score from pretty much anywhere on the pitch. Chelsea need to be very careful. This United side is second in the league for a reason. They qualified by beating Real Sociedad, who are having a good season in La Liga. They beat them on aggregate in the Europa League, so they're going to be happy. But on the same token, Chelsea are going to be absolutely over the moon after the start that Tuchel's made. The victory against Atletico Madrid in the away leg, the first leg of the Champions League on Tuesday night, that was absolutely huge. And I think the confidence that victory and performance and result is going to breathe into these Chelsea players should be enough today, in my opinion, for us to go out there and get the win. I'm confident we can get the win today, and without any further ado, we move into my starting 11. We start off with the goalkeeper, and it is Edouard Mendy. We saw Kepa come in for that game against Newcastle. Still a very odd thing. I think it was like a statement from Tuchel, and also probably a bit of pressure from above, giving Kepa that chance. He actually did very well, kept a clean sheet, made a big second half save. But ever since that game, we've seen Mendy come back into goal. And despite looking a little bit rusty, which is weird at times against Atletico, we could have been 1-0 down in the first minute or so due to some poor footwork from Mendy. I think he certainly needs to improve with the ball at his feet. And I think United today will have seen how he can fumble around a little bit with the ball at the back, Mendy. So I think United will definitely target chasing Mendy down today. So he needs to be on his toes. He needs to be aware at every single given moment of this game. But I think he will start in goal. We move into a back three, and there's absolutely no changes from me. I thought the back three were sensational against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday night. Aspi on the right, Christensen, the Danish Maldini in the middle, and then Tony Rudiger on the left-hand side of that centre-back three. I keep bringing everything back to Kurt Zouma because Zuma's probably been my favourite centre-half this season. Thiago Silva also, by the way. Absolutely love the geezer, but he's going to miss this one against United. So I think that this back three is seriously staking a claim to be one of the long-term back threes that Chelsea have. I know that Silva will come back into things, but I think he'll take Rudiger's place. I think Christensen's been brilliant. Aspie's the captain. He's been fantastic and very important and integral to, I think, the leadership within this Chelsea team right now. So I think when Silva's back, he'll probably end up taking Rudiger's place. But at the same time, he's going to want to play preferably right centre-back or in the middle. And Christensen looks very competent and confident in that central centre-back role. So it's going to be tough to see where Thiago Silva comes back in and who is therefore dropped as a result of his return. But that is the back three we go for today. Moving into the wingers, Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think it's very important that Chelsea attack today, and I think that Callum, could get in behind the defence of the Manchester United line. So I've gone with Callum Hudson-Odoi. It was a bit of a toss-up between him and Reece James, but I thought Chelsea need to be winning this one. We're 6 points behind Manchester United. We want to be ahead of them. Not just closing the gap slowly with a draw here and then they slip up, we get a result. We want to be beating them in the game that means 6 points. So we put Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right-hand side. If we're struggling and we need a bit more strength down that right, then we've always got the wonderful Reece James to come on. As for the left wing-back, again, despite Alonso starting in Madrid or against Madrid, I think Ben Chilwell is going to get the start today for Chelsea. I think, again, Alonso, there's a lot of pace in this Man United team, which does make me very worried. And I do think Thomas Tuchel will be very wary of that today. The only other concern on the flip side of that coin is Alonso is so much better in that left wing-back role in terms of being confident in that position compared to Chilwell, who's much better in a flat-back four. But I certainly don't see Chelsea changing shape and formation just because it's Man United today. We've beaten Spurs away. We've beaten Atletico Madrid in an away leg by a single goal to nil. And I think we take a 1-0 again today. But I think Chilwell's going to start. I think United have got too much pace in their side. And I think Ben Chilwell will be better suited in order to cope with that. So now we move into a central midfield two. My criticism of Jorginho's passing in the final third, which I absolutely stand by to the bloody grave after watching that match. I could watch it 100 times and still say the same thing. Wasn't good enough final third passing. So for that reason, I've dropped out Jorginho today and I've gone with a double K, N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic. I think we've seen in the past that N'Golo Kante loves playing against Manchester United, and I think that kind of tenacity in the middle today, someone who's going to run around instead of just, holding the shape, which is obviously still important. I think with so many good creative players in that Manchester United team, I think it's going to be very important that Kante's in there today. He looked very good in that first half against Southampton. I don't think there's any questions at the moment as to whether or not he's fit. I do believe he's fit, and therefore I think he's going to be ready for this very big Premier League encounter. Two heavyweights of the league, and I think Kante could be a big balancing shift mover in the direction of Chelsea gaining an upper hand in this midfield battle today, which I think is going to be the key one in order to beat this Manchester United side. So we then move into a front three, and I've gone with Mason Mount, obviously playing behind the strikers. I think he's been so good in that position recently that I can't really justify putting anyone else in there. We've seen Thomas Tuchel talking about Kai Havertz in his interviews this week, and he said that Kai Havertz is a mould of a number 9 and a number 10, which is probably, it kind of supports what I've said in the past few videos where I've actually started Kai Havertz in a centre-forwards role. I do think eventually that is something we will go with. But after his goal on Tuesday night against Atletico, I think Olivier Giroud has to start again. And I think, Chelsea might not have their best crosser of the ball, Reece James, on the field in the team that I've selected. But I think Olivier Giroud is that target man with those lovely little runs that we see from Werner, the nice link-up that he can create with Mason Mount on the edge of the area. Kante and Kovacic maybe playing a little bit more progressively in this game because they kind of enable each other to do that. I think could be useful for Chelsea to get men in and around the box today to create opportunities against this United defence. So that is my starting 11. There is obviously a pretty stacked bench full of talent that Chelsea can call upon if we need to change things up and see the game out or chase a goal or get another goal to secure the 3 points. As for my prediction as to what I think is going to happen, I kind of think Chelsea are going to score a couple today. I had this weird dream the other night that we were going to win this one 3-1, but I'm going to say 2-1 it's a very good Manchester United side. They've come good this season. They're looking a lot better now. They're looking a lot more organised, defensively solid. But on any given day, I definitely feel as though there is a lapse of concentration at the back that Chelsea, with the talent that we have, can certainly go out there and exploit. But anyway, I'm going to keep this one wrapped up short and sweet here. Don't need to take up any more of your time. Thank you guys for watching. As always with the preview, if we can try and hit 4,000 likes before the game kicks off, I'll be a very happy man. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of my team. Who do you guys think is going to start? Score predictions and all that stuff. And as I said, if you want to get involved in GBFC Selects, there's still time to do so if you're watching this video now. Before the game kicks off tonight, get involved, get signed up, and you might be in with the chance of winning £1,000. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all after the game for 6 things that we learn. I pray that it is full of blue and green boxes. Catch you guys there. Come on, you Blues.